But first, you have to get to your Thanksgiving destination, and the rush starts now. AAA predicts about 43.5 million people will drive 50 miles or more over the next 3 days. And the busiest day is expected to be today. Another 27.3 million will take to the skies. And if one more person tells me to pack my patience, I might just lose it. But it's all just a means to an end, and that end makes it all worth it, the iconic Thanksgiving meal. And if you're looking for something to spice up your feast this year, we brought in a couple of ringers, James Beard Award-winning experts to be precise. Anna Sortune, who won an award for Best Chef, and who you may know from Top Chef Master. She's also the chef owner of Oleana, Sarma, and Sofra. Her new cookbook is Sofra Me's, vibrant Middle Eastern recipes from Sofra Bakery and Cafe. We're also joined by America's best baker. That would be Joanne Chang of Flour Bakery and Cafe, and Myers and Chang. Her latest cookbook is Baking with Less Sugar. Great to see both of you.
Hi, Jim.
By the way, total coincidence, these happen to be my two favorite places. Isn't that amazing how that happened? Okay, so I'm going to just point to some things because there's not enough time to go through everything. What is that thing, Joanne?
That is Cranberry Creme Fraiche Cheesecake.
Oh, my God. And that thing is what?
That's the pear cranberry crostata.
And, okay, your turn. What is that incredible-looking thing right there?
This is a flatbread with za'atar. It's a spice mix with sesame seeds and sumac in it.
And this thing is what?
That is a Morio. It's like an Oreo, but it's stuffed with caramel.
Can you guys talk to each other for 1 second? Do you mind? No, I'm serious. So, oh, my goodness. Oh, this is horrible. So, are you Thanksgiving types? Well, you shouldn't speak when your mouth's full. Are you Thanksgiving types when it comes to Thanksgiving? I mean, turkey types when it comes to Thanksgiving, or no?
Yeah, I think the turkey is very symbolic for Thanksgiving. I also think that everybody wants the flavors that they remember from Thanksgiving. It's a very traditional holiday.
You a turkey type?
I love turkey. I didn't have turkey until I was about 13 or 14 because my parents always made a roast duck because that's typically how we celebrate in Asian cultures. And I finally said, Mom, I want a turkey. And she got a turkey, and now that's all I eat.
Speaking of Asian cultures, I mean, from the Myers and Chang world, Asian, from your world, Mediterranean, Turkish, whatever, are those kinds of foods seeping into traditional meals in this country, like the Thanksgivings and the Christmases? You're nodding in agreement, yes?
Do you mean our Asian cuisine?
Are those kinds of food, yes, seeping into traditional Thanksgiving meals?
Absolutely.
How so?
Well, I think, so for example, when we do a turkey at home, I brine it.
Here's to you, by the way, guy.
I brine it in soy and ginger. I serve it with miso glazed carrots. I try to take elements of a traditional Thanksgiving feast, but then add Asian elements to it.
How about you?
I agree. I can't pull too many tricks, but I think that that's what Thanksgiving in America is all about, is adding your traditions to the tradition and really being, thankful for the harvest and the gathering around the food. So.
You know, this weekend, I should say, this is, good intentions, as my mother used to say, are worth nothing. I made a molasses gingerbread from your cookbook this weekend, and I made the incredible hummus with the pomegranate and the walnut and so on. I ate both, so they didn't make it here. But going to tell us, with 1.5 days to go, what from your cookbook is something that an average cook, not an expert, could make that might fit the whole Thanksgiving theme, the feel? What would that be, Anna?
Well, I always think that Thanksgiving needs a little bit of acidity, so whether you throw a really great salad together and just something to cut through all the mashed potatoes, gravy, and the heaviness. And there's a recipe in there for a lentil dish.
I saw that.
Syrian-style lentil dish with pomegranate molasses, lentils, and lots of dark leafy greens. And it marinates and holds really well. And it also adds some kind of bright flavors to the meal.
And a mere mortal could make that.
It's very simple, super simple. You just need to find the pomegranate molasses, which is not that hard to find these days anymore.
How about you, from your cookbook? What could people make for Thursday? Still have time and be able to do it. I can actually do a decent number of the recipes in that book, I should say.
That's amazing.
I'm quite proud of myself. It's amazing. What does she mean that's amazing? But go ahead. So what would that be?
I would pick the sticky toffee pudding cake. It's really, really easy. It's only sweetened with dates and a little bit of maple syrup, and it makes for a really pretty presentation. It's not a classic Thanksgiving dessert, but it's so delicious. I think that people would really like that.
What is that pink looking thing there, Anna?
Those are beets and yogurt. We do a beet tzatziki.
Do you mind if I get a little bit
Go
of that
for
thing?
it.
Fine. Okay. Now, also comfort foods. On the radio, Marjorie Egan and I are on. A lot of people are still pretty depressed. Not all, but a lot of people are still depressed from 2 weeks ago. Is there a comfort food kind of thing that you'd recommend for people? I mean, what's a comfort foodie kind of deal? I mean, a lot of your stuff is comfort foods, and the same with you. What would you recommend?
I think this cheese barek is comfort food. It's,
What is that?
It's layers of a pastry called yufka. It's like a thick phyllo dough. And it's not, it doesn't take any finesse to make it all. You just layer in the yufka with some fresh mozzarella cheese, and then you kind of dimple it and slit it, and you pour a custard on it and bake it. So it's almost like a dumpling in a way.
Well, she's agreeing with you. What would you recommend?
Amazing. Well, we've seen our sticky bun sales spike since the election.
Yeah.
So sticky buns, banana bread, I think, is a comfort food that everybody. That's right.
I did make it from your cookbook. So I asked you. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you again. Last time you were both here, I asked you if Donald Trump, who was just then a candidate, were to come, would you serve him in your restaurant? And if you want to know the answer, you have to go to wgbhnews.org and Google it. Mike Pence came to your restaurant just a couple of months ago or a month ago?
He did, about 6 weeks or 8 weeks ago.
What was that? Was that a surprise or what's?
It was a surprise, yeah.
How much notice do you get for something like that?
Just the same day, basically, yeah.
What kind of reaction do you get? Like he got at Hamilton or what kind?
You love to put everybody on the spot.
Well, I'm just asking you. I'm putting you on the spot. What kind of reaction? Do you get?
A Hamilton presentation would have been great, yeah.
Meaning what? She doesn't want to say. Okay, I think we can read into it. Before you guys go, you just opened in Harvard Square.
We did.
You've now got 3. You are both, sort of the superstars on the restaurant scene here, but you've both decided to expand in a really deliberate kind of way. Both quickly, why? Why so slowly? There's so many neighborhoods where a flour bakery could be. Why aren't they everywhere?
For us, our goal was never to expand. We just wanted to be an awesome bakery. And then when we had enough staff and we felt like we were ready to do another one, that's when we decided to do another one. So it's never been an idea of proliferating everywhere in Boston. It's just whenever we feel like we're ready.
Same kind of thing with you?
Yeah, definitely. I think, I think we really love being part of a neighborhood, and that's exciting to be a part of a growing neighborhood. So we sort of seek out little spots in little neighborhoods.
What did you say? How did you say people reacted to Pence? I can't remember. By the way, you brought food. Do you know what I brought? Aluminum foil and plastic bags on a sortoon. It's
Thank
great
you,
to see
Jim.
you, Joanne. Happy Thanksgiving to
you
you all. And we'll be back. The latest cookbooks, again, So for Me's and baking with less sugar.